So, Kung Fu Panda 4, let me get this off the bat. This will be very different from the two trailer movie reviews that I have done. Instead of reacting trailer and giving you my thoughts as I go along, I'll instead be showing you footage from the trailer itself as I prove my points. So the trailer starts with Master Shifu saying to Po,
"You will advance to spiritual leader of the Valley of Peace,"
which then shows footage of Po meditating on top of the same place Oogway stood in the first movie. And then he says this.
Inner peace. Inner peace.
Which implies that Po has not yet found inner peace, which, do you guys remember this one scene at the end of Kung Fu Panda 2 that, I don't know, it's called the inner peace scene, where Po already mastered inner peace? This is supposed to be honoring and respecting the legacy of the three movies left behind, and then they pull this crap. I think what they're trying to get across is that Po has broken his inner peace, because it shows him some footage of him fighting a monster, which shows that he still wants to be the Dragon Warrior and still have epic fights, which who wouldn't, but like it doesn't seem to change the fact that the trailer doesn't address that Po found inner peace in Kung Fu Panda 2. After that, it shows Tai Lung coming through a door portal, who was brought by the new villain, the chameleon, to get Tai Lung's power, assumably to defeat Po once and for all and become more powerful. Before analyzing the scene, I just have to say that Viola Davis gave an amazing performance as the chameleon. Also, the fact that the chameleon is summoning Tai Lung from this door portal thingy might actually address an issue, a quote-unquote issue in a previous Kung Fu Panda movie. So in Kung Fu Panda 2, at the ending fight with Po and Shen, when Shen accidentally cuts the ropes to a boat, falls on top of him, but instead of him trying to get out the way, it just shows Shen accepting his fate, closing his eyes, and as a boat falls on top of him, which is interesting considering how he acts in Kung Fu Panda 2, which means he wanted to pass out, as we say in YouTube, which wouldn't make sense if Shen knew that he could have been revived. After that, we get a few scenes showing us our first taste of Zen, the wolf, aka the new Dragon Warrior, voiced by Aquafina, and it's literally just Aquafina. And after that, we get some more scenes about the plot of the movie. Basically, Po, Aquafina, and Po's two dads will have to fight against the Chameleon's army. And according to Aquafina's plan, they will have to get an army of their own. Presumably the thieves of the big town that Aquafina is a part of. And then we get shown these three bunny kids that are probably only gonna meant to serve as unfunny comic relief. They're basically like the Luma from the Mario movie, except now there's three of them. The scene that follows in the trailer shows us Po being interrogated by the group of thieves. This armadillo guy, I think he's an armadillo, I might be wrong.
Why should we help you?
And then Po answers,
We can take down the chameleon together.
which basically ties back to Aquafina's plan of getting an army to defeat the chameleon. Also, based on the next couple of scenes shown in the trailer, it seems that the group of thieves rejected their offer and seem to be having a fight in wherever the thieves live. And also something I have to appreciate from this trailer is that it does show us a good amount of Po fighting as the Dragon Warrior. Since this is the first movie as Po as the Dragon Warrior, then it kind of makes sense for him to, fight a lot. After that, we get a scene that has an unfunny joke. But the thing I do want to focus on is this line from Master Shifu.
"You were chosen to become something more than you already are."
Sounds familiar, anyone? You could say they're repeating the same thing from Kung Fu Panda 1, but it could also be taken in a new direction in this film. Like, instead of trying to live up to an expectation that might seem unreasonable to you, it could be living up to something that might not seem as epic as your current life or as your current job or something like that, but that could also be as equally important as your old job. After some fighting scenes in the group of thieves area and right outside the chameleon's palace, I believe. After that, we get a shot of Po and Zen, who I've been calling Aquafina this whole time, but can you really blame me? Trying to do this cool maneuver, has these chomping gains, trying to get to the chameleon herself, which I kind of wonder how the chameleon herself gets through the gates, unless there's a way to like turn them off manually, which there might be. After that, the second to last scene of the trailer shows us Po and Zen in the chameleon's fighting arena, and then this exchange happens.
You finally met your match, chameleon.
We're not so different, you and I.
Skadoosh.
Like, that genuinely made me chuckle. But then Poe follows up with this.
Stand back. I'm gonna kick my butt.
Like, come on, he could have had something better to say. For the last thing in the trailer, we get this. This is the first time Kung Fu Panda had to ever resort to toilet humor, which the first three movies did not do, like, at all. Like, they didn't rely on dumb toilet humor to carry the movie. It had actual good jokes in it sometimes, and, actually put effort to it. Like, yeah, there's this one joke in Kung Fu Panda 2.
I threw up a little bit on the third floor. Someone might want to clean that up.
This is 3 times as worse, considering they actually physically show Poe farting. And not only that, but it somehow wakes up the supposedly unconscious group of lizards, even though they're supposed to be unconscious after getting knocked out by Poe and Zen. Before I wrap up, I do want to mention some stuff that was not in the trailer itself. The first thing most people would have noticed is that the Furious Five are not in the trailer, but apparently the Furious Five will actually be in the movie, but only as a cameo, which I honestly think is for the better, since the Furious Five were not super fleshed out in the first three Kung Fu Panda movies, and just having to be as cameos without much effect on the plot is honestly just for the better. Also, second, the director of this movie has said that this movie could spawn a new trilogy, like a Kung Fu Panda 4, 5, and 6, which no, just absolutely not. Like, no way. Like, okay, look, there's already some people out there that think that Kung Fu Panda 4 is like already plain unnecessary. But Kung Fu Panda 5 and 6 is just definitely stretching it. I think the more optimal route is giving Zen, the new Dragon Warrior, maybe her own movie or 2 extra movies, I guess. Like, if Zen becomes a super compelling, super well developed, fleshed out character in this movie, then I would be down for at least one movie of her. In terms of voice acting, I am definitely not excited for Aquafina's mediocre performance so far. Okay, like, actually, the last thing before we wrap up, and I give you all my overall thoughts on the trailer, I just to say, like, at the time of making this video, a new trailer popped up. And funnily enough, this is the trailer that was actually leaked a few months back. I will be creating a separate post on my new thoughts on the new trailer, but the only thing I want to mention in this video is that apparently I was wrong about the thieves not helping out Poe and Zen with their fight against the chameleon and her army, which, like, okay. So my overall thoughts on the trailer are pretty mixed. There's some stuff I really do like, but there's some stuff not so much, but I'll probably be watching this in theaters and doing a review as soon as possible. And that'll be all for today. Until next time.